Hi everybody, this is Sarah from Sarah's Emporium. I'm here to do our monthly reading. This is a special bonus in my previous video and in my post, like discussion post or whatever. I made mention that I'm changing the lineup a little bit. It was cool to do the pick-up piles. I really do enjoy doing it. But my problem is that it really drains me. So I figured if I do it at least once a month, it'll be a special treat for everybody. And then, but the weekly readings are going to be just a one reading with some oracle cards and stuff. And as I've been saying, I have opened up my schedule, so I am starting to take clients. You come to me. I don't reach out to you, so just so you know, if you start getting anybody, emailing you or whatever, I don't know any of you guys' emails, unless you're a member of the website. I don't know your emails or contact information. Okay, so I mean, I'm not that big yet, so hopefully it never happens, and. So on that note, let's get into this month's pick a card. So here's pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. These are general readings. There's lovers cards in here as well. And I'm going to be doing my spread that I have, that I made for myself. So I just need to pop it up on my screen because I'm unprepared. I know what it is, but I want to give you guys a minute to pick your pile, take a deep breath, and just whatever one you were drawn to, let the little swirls take you away. Whatever you get drawn to is the one that you should have. Alright, so if you've picked your pile, oops, I'm going to move on to the first pile number 1. Alright, hi people for pile number 1. I always say hi pile 1. It is pile 1, but hello. Let's take a look and see what we have going on. So I have, again, I need to pull it back up. The switch stuff is amazing, it's great, I still love it. Okay, so let's find out what's going on with our past, present, future first. So we got past, present, future. Okay, very cool. Fit everything in here. I'm gonna try. So we have Temperance that was in our past. Temperance is a major arcana card, but it basically is balance. And this is with you personally, not with any situation. It's you needing to balance out your lifestyle, work, life, home life, and balancing those two things. So that's in the past. The Knight of Swords, or the King of Swords, I always say Knight with him, I don't know why. The King of Swords in reverse. King of Swords is the ruler of the mind, because that's what swords are. It's a thought suit. Yeah. So right now you are acting hastily. You're not thinking before you are speaking. You are just you're going for it, and you're not logically taking it into consideration. What things need to be happening. So you're not thinking it through. Whatever's going on right now with that. Okay, and then the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is she's the emotions. She is the co-ruler of emotions. And she's just owning it. She owns her emotions. She is holding her cup high. She has her eyes closed, so she doesn't even need to be paying attention to what's going on. She, yeah, she is, she's looking towards the future. And I find it actually very interesting that looking towards the future is a future card where it is in the layout. So right now you are hastily moving forward and you're not thinking about what you're doing, you're just doing it. And then in the future, you're going to be thinking of the future. You're going to be planning things out. You're going to take some time and think about it in an emotional way, but like an empathic way. You are looking towards the future, and there's the earth is actually like right underneath her, which I find to be really cool. So there's something that has to do with globally you're thinking about the future. In the future. So I think temperance was a very important part of your past. And I think it kind of went out the window in this present situation. Like, all of a sudden, everything is starting to get a little bit like rush, 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 hurry, hurry, hurry. Don't even think about it, just do it. And then it starts to taper off in the future. I don't know how soon in the future, but sometime in the month, whenever you get this, you will start to have a little taper off, and you'll be able to breathe a little bit easier, is what that comes down to. So yeah, so let's see what your challenge is for the month. Protection. And the solution to it is going to be to take action. Now, normally I would have the spread a little bit more laid out properly, but I don't have a lot of space where I'm at right now. So you're having a challenge with protecting your energies and your thoughts. And the only way to actually counter that, and the solution to it, is to take action and to own your protection. You need to be able to protect yourself. So figure that out. I don't know if it's like home security or if it's just putting salt around your house, on your windows and stuff like that. Like maybe a good cleansing is in order, to help protect your energies. The fire element is involved, so maybe there's something that you need to cleanse. Maybe there needs to be some incense and smoke action. So I definitely would be watching out and making sure that you are protecting yourself this month. Now, mind you, I don't know what the protection is for. As I said, it could be home security, or it could just be entities, or just someone who's like an energy vampire, if you ever heard of that, where they take your energy and they make you feel like crappy after you've hung out with them for a while. You know, maybe that's something. So I would probably, even like if you are hanging out with that someone and you realize that that's kind of what's going on, protect yourself by staying away from them a little bit more than usual, and or just have an amulet or something like that with you when you have to be with them. If it's someone at work, like, unfortunately we have to deal with these people, but if it's your family member or friends that you just don't really hang out with that often, maybe it is okay for you to not hang out with them that often. and just be aware that your energy needs to be protected as well. So yeah. So let's see what's going on in your structure and balance. Okay, so this is kind of interesting, or abundance. The spiral is actually a sign of the Kundalini, excuse me, and where everything is actually in perfect measurements all the way. And this is what life is about, where everything kind of is in a perfect harmony and growth and everything else. It looks like a shell, but it also looks like the ferns before they bloom. They have like this little ball, and it's all tightly spun into each other, and then eventually it will open up. The spiral of life is not continual. Like, there's not a straight line. So sometimes you'll find yourself that you're here, and then next thing you know, you're here. So it never like goes in a complete linear line. So when it comes to structure, understand that it will never be a straight line. There'll be things that happen that you don't realize that they're going to happen. It was something that you planned on in the future, and then all of a sudden it's happening now. Or something that happened in the past starts popping up in your future, not relationship-wise, and you're just like, whoa, I remember that. That was something I wanted to do before. Now I have the opportunity and stuff like that. So just know that it's a continual spiral, and your life is always going to be hopping from here and there. So when it comes to being structured, there you go. It's not. It never is. It never will be. And you will have your opportunities, that they'll just never line up. So sometimes the people who don't pursue college right away will go to college later on. You know, it's not a complete linear line in life. So the abundance will come eventually, or you already have it, you know. All right, let's see what the air is. It's the awakening. The awakening is, this air sign is perception and thoughts. So you're awakening to what you need to be doing. So the present, or the present where everything's kind of like, and your future, you're waking up to that, and you're realizing that, you know, what I'm doing now is not where I need to be right with my head right now. So your thoughts and your perception are going to change, and you're going to have this awakening moment. You know, and it's going to change the way you do things, and it's going to make your life a heck of a lot easier. That's really it. That's a good one. Okay, and then we have fire, which is creation and action. And it's joy. So we have affirmation, surroundings, light, and beauty. So you are going to be working and acting on being joyful. You're going to be surrounding yourself with joyful things, and joyful things, light-hearted things, and the beauty that is all around. You're going to be focusing a lot more on that as well this month. I mean, we're coming into the autumn, the season where everything changes colors, and it's going to be, you know, awe-inspiring and beautiful. So water, we have here, it is day by day, the best stories produce better stories. And that's your intuition reflection, the water sign. Day by day, the best stories produce better stories. So that means every day when you go out there in the world, you are reflecting on and being a reflection of what you were before. So every day you go out there, people have said this. I can't remember who actually, and I would love to quote them, but they say, my goal is to be a better person than what I was yesterday. So that's what that is for you. To be a better person than what you were yesterday. That's all you need to do. You don't need to compare yourself to other people. You just need to compare yourself to who you were the day before. That's it. Or a month before, because we're doing monthly reading. So just know that the best stories produce better stories. And so you got to create your story every day, day by day. Yeah, this is actually a really awesome reading. And then with our lovers, we have transformation. Your relationship with each other is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So whatever's going on with your relationship, you guys are going to be getting deeper in it. You're going to be going to the next step, shall we say. If you guys are in a fight, maybe this fight is going to help you guys break a certain barrier that you have, and you're going to be able to get through that, and it's going to actually help strengthen your love. Yeah. So transformation. Nothing's linear. You're going to be awakening to knowing that you cannot keep hustling and not thinking logically through to the next step. And take everything day by day. Okay, guys, if this resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. Give me a like, and if you want to subscribe, that'd be super cool too. Okay, I'm moving on to pile number 2. All right, hi pile number 2, or people who chose pile number 2. I always seem to do that. Pile number blah blah blah. If this resonated with, or you picked this pile, it's a general reading, just so that everybody's aware. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. We're going to take a look at past, present, future. First, this is my spread that I created for myself. Alright, so in the past, we have the Ten of Swords, which is in reverse. We have the World in the present, and then the Hermit in the future, which is in reverse as well. Now, the Ten of Swords is an ending. You are ending in whatever project that you've been working on that has been really bothering you mentally. And with it being in reverse, that means that the progress has already been, it's already underway. Like, you're already going through overcoming what had happened. Obviously, this is in the past. So what has ever happened to you, it's going away. And we have the World. The World is actually a really good solid card for the major arcana. It's the end of the... Is it the end? Yeah, it's the end of the major arcana, and then it moves back to the Fool. This is great. This is, right now you're feeling like you're accomplishing a lot. You're in the groove. You're balanced. You feel very in harmony with yourself. Like, you're like, yeah, you know, this is status quo. Like, things are good. Like, not status quo, but like things are going smooth. Things are in a great. You're feeling good about what has happened, and you're looking forward to the things that are coming, so, which is really cool for where you're at right now. The Hermit card tends to be like a recluse. He holds the knowledge. That's the light that's shining. he holds the knowledge, and he is working through what he has been thinking about. When it's in reverse, though, this is something that you're going to want to be looking out for with being needing help from other people. So right now you're on top of the world, but don't forget to ask for help, you know, and be patient with people. Because sometimes when we're a hermit and we've been like hanging out by ourselves, we forget that other people have different mannerisms, and so when we do need to reach out to somebody and they are driving you up a wall, just remember you did ask for that help, and be patient with them, because they are different. They're different than what you are. So that's the future. So whatever you are going to be needing help with, just remember that you are asking for help, and they're different than you, and they're going to do it their way. All right, let's see what the challenge is for this month. Okay, energy. And the solution is going to be to release. Okay, so you have a lot of built up energy that you need to be releasing. So you're on top of the world right now, right? You're in harmony, everything is awesome, but you still feel a little bit jittery. It's time to release that energy. It's time to go for a walk. It's time to get outside. It's time to start moving the body and getting, whatever. If it's something that you can't physically do and go out and do, then I suggest like writing a journal or something like that, to release whatever you might have bottled up inside. That's also another great release. Maybe, work on a hobby, something that you like to draw or paint or something like that. But that's not a bad challenge that you need to work on. Like, you just need to release the extra energy. That's really not hard to accomplish. All right, so in the earth spot we have sacrifice. So there is going to be a moment in your time where you are going to have to pay homage to something or someone, and it's going to help strengthen your bond. I am going to look this one up. I've been trying to not do this. Yeah, so it's saying in here, the sacrifice asks you to offer to Spirit that which is most precious to you. Your offering will be sanctified and returned tenfold. You will be elevated to the altar at which you have been praying, and meet the divine at the table with the heavenly feast. You are a welcome guest at this banquet. Your heart is the only worthy offering you can bring. Life has been generous with you in so many ways. So it doesn't want money. It doesn't want, you're sacrificing your heart and your time and your energy. Maybe that's where your energy can go. Sacrificing your energy to the higher powers is really nothing wrong with that. If you do pray or meditate or anything like that, you can be praying for being grateful for what you do have available to you in this time period. All right, so and then we have the excuse me. In the air spot, we have perception and thoughts, which is gentleness. So you want to be gentle with yourself, and I think that goes along with being patient with asking for help. There's a lot of like purity going on. She's very soft, and she needs to be handled very gingerly. You know, she's a very gentle looking person that needs a gentle touch. So this is just a good reminder that, you know, you need to be thinking for other people and to be gentle, not harsh with your words, and your thoughts and perceptions and stuff like that. So just be wary of that in your mental capacity. So on to our fire, which is creation and action. We have expansion. Ritual, dance, feast, and fire. We're coming into the harvest season, so this is actually kind of cool. Expansion of yourself. You're going to need to ask for help, which is something that you probably don't like to do. And you're going to have to be gentle, which is probably another thing you don't like to do. But whatever you were getting over here, getting over with, you know, dealing with, it's going to help you expand. And you're going to be better for it. So that's really cool. So, creation, feast, fire, dancing. If you do rituals, you know, you can create a new ritual to do. Create a new, what do they call it? Wow, that just slipped my mind completely. But a tradition. Create a new tradition with your family during this time of year. You know, maybe it's something you don't do or have never done. Like I've never actually gone apple picking. You know, it's something that I could start to do with my family. You know, you'll find something that you want to do with them. And then with our water, the intuition and reflection, Mama Ya Aya. Mama Aya. That one I don't know. So we have the eye, and she is crying into a river over a mountain. Regardless of how beneficial it is to heal, there is grief implicated in the process. We were born whole and must relive the brokenness we experience along the way in an attempt to return to a wholeness that will never truly be ours again. What we get instead is wisdom. Okay, so with this card, I want to think of the fact that this is in the water spot. It's your intuition reflection. So we go through life and we go through trials to learn about ourselves. It's basically all Earth School is learning about ourselves and learning how to deal with trials and tribulations that come up in our life. And the last part here, it's a long one, so I'm not reading the whole thing. It's basically this and all of this. But at the last part it says, the raw edges of healing may be searing hot and razor sharp, but do not confuse the death of your wounds with the death of you. So yeah, so it's a matter of carrying on and knowing that, which is so cool too, because right here, the Ten of Swords is the ending of something. So don't confuse the ending of the situation as it can never happen again. Now you're smarter and wiser than you were before. You can pick it up again knowing what you did wrong and it'll come out better than it was before. So yeah, so that's really cool. And then just be gentle with yourself and others. All right, so the Lovers card for you, pile number 2. Playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. Love is the greatest healer, but I think laughter is the best therapy, and laughter is a great healer too, because you cannot go on with life and not have fun, you know, especially when you're with another human being. If your life is really that dull and boring where you never like pick on each other or anything like that, then, I mean, if that's your thing, that's cool, but you have to have laughter, you have to have like amusement in the world, in your life. So have fun together, and as long as you're happy with each other, it doesn't matter if there is laughter or not. Like, just, yeah. Laughter is the best therapy. So, alright, pile number 2. If this resonated with you, and should leave me a comment down below. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm going to be moving on to pile number 3. Bye. Alright, hi pile number 3 and people who picked pile number 3. If this pile resonated with you, let's find out what's going on this month with the past, present, future. Past, present, future. And you would be the pile to get the bonus card. Alright, so in the past we have the Seeker. The Seeker is actually just, it's not a part of the tarot deck. Let's see if you can see it without all that glare. So the Seeker, I have too much in the background, sorry. So the Seeker is a very interesting card. It kind of has the vibes of the Fool, but the Fool's not, the person is not going off the cliff. They actually have a lookout. They have someone who's actually seeing what's going on first before they carry on. It's kind of like the boomerang head, like, I don't know if you remember those Bop It balloon ball things. So it punches out and it can see what's going on. So it is in reverse, so that means that the vision was cloudy in your past. But then we have the present where it's the High Priestess. So you are becoming very much aware of the situation. This is a spiritual card in a sense of like intuition. She's very intuitive to her surroundings and things going on around her. On a spiritual level. So that's actually kind of interesting. So you're getting all tangled up with where you're going, and now you are able to see what's going on without even really looking at it. Yeah. So then we have the King of Cups, which is in reverse for your future. So the King of Cups, he is the ruler of the emotions. He, you know, when he's upright, he's holding his emotions very well. He's very calm. He can handle emotional things with a level head, and you know, he uses his head and his heart. when it's in the reverse, it spills out everywhere. He's very harsh, can be careless to people's feelings, and it's a big deal. So right now you are aware of what's going on around you and in your situations, and you need to get this turned up around again. All right. Because it's never good to just, go in it with all emotions and not be level-headed about it. So let's see what the challenge is for the month. And so rest and recharge. So you're having a hard time relaxing. And I found that kind of funny. So the solution is to be reckless. Who cares? You don't need sleep. No. It's to be reckless, but for yourself. So work needs you, right? You are working continuously. You haven't had a time for yourself. Well, it's time to break that mold. It's time to say, you know what? I can't do that for you right now. I need to take a break. And if that's the recklessness that you're going to have to give them, work is going to have to wait. You need your rest. Okay? And maybe that'll help turn that around. Your emotions won't be all over the place, because rest and relaxation are important to be able to think clearly and to be not erratic. All right. Ooh, speaking of erratic, we have lightning in the earth spot for abundance and structure. And that's kind of neat. So lightning is a fire element. It is electric. Alright, so the forces of the upper world are investing their gathered energies to ignite you with new inspiration and creativity. Allow this divine gift of awakening to take root in your being and enjoy a renewed sense of clarity, passion, and vision. So they're giving you a jolt of energy to help you build your structure to create abundance. So be on the lookout for a aha moment, a eureka moment in your financial situation, like business, work, whatever. Hopefully it'll be after you rested. So let's see what your perception is for this month. It's going to be an intuition. So it's going to be a continuation of what you already presently are working with. You are going to be perceiving yourself intuitively. But this is only going to work if you can get that rest and relaxation. Everything is kind of dependent on what your challenge is. So you can't have an aha moment if your brain is like fried, and not fried this way. You don't burn yourself out, basically. So that's kind of cool. Let's take a look at what the fire is. Okay. So creation and action. So you're going to have direction, your true calling, and life path. So you are going to be struck with an aha moment, and that's going to change your direction. And it might even have something to do with your intuition. Actually, it's not even might. It might not be like working as a psychic paranormal reader or whatever, but you're going to intuitively know what direction you need to be going in. And it's going to be like a chain of effects here, which is really cool. So direction, true calling, and life path. The arrow is pointing at the intuition, really. If you look over here, I'm not worried about this part now. I'm more, we're focusing on that. So, yeah, you're gonna know exactly what you're gonna be moving towards, and maybe that is that reckless action. You're going to find your rest and relaxation in doing something that you are called to do, and that is something that you want to do. Okay, and then we have the water, which is our intuition reflection, and we have the primary problem with language is its magic. And this is actually reminds me of the tower that they tried building in the Bible, and it ended up toppling over. Let me see if I can find it in here. My brain is frying. It's primary, the primary. Maybe it's in P. Yep. So just as the shaman will insist that there's a difference between smoking a cigarette and praying with tobacco, there's a distinction between speaking and the casting of language as a tool. It is most prolific of all of our tools. A person can be forever moved by a song, a book, an insult, an argument. Nothing can ever be could ever truly be taken back, just as energy cannot be destroyed. This didn't necessarily answer my question. It's the Babel, the Tower of Babylon. Something like that. I'm pretty sure I'm hitting it. If you guys know, leave a comment in the comment box. That'd be super cool, because I'm like drawing a blank. But it just makes me think that once upon a time we all used to be able to speak the same language, and then when the tower fell, everybody from different areas they couldn't speak the same language anymore, so we all ended up being on a separate plane. We weren't cohesive anymore because we didn't know what each other was saying. And I think that's where I'm getting off of this, is that for your reflection, we need to be able to understand what each other is saying, if that makes sense. We can't just assume that people understand what we're talking about, and we need to make ourselves clear at an all-around level. And, words don't hurt, but they hurt mentally. Like, they can affect us in a different way than poking each other with a stick does. And it can't be taken back. So make sure that you're just wording yourself appropriately to people, in a way that they understand, that you're not trying to be mean, but you're being direct with that. So, yeah. All right, the Lover's card is wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. So, this is just saying that whatever type of relationship you want, just wait. You have a lot more going on right now. You need to relax Rest and relaxation is number one. And if the person that you're pursuing can't understand that, maybe you shouldn't be pursuing anyone at this moment, is basically what that's saying. Don't rush into it. You have a lot more going on here. You have an epiphany coming up. You have a direction that you need to be going in. And maybe the way you say it just needs to be nice. You know, the way you say, I think I want to hold off a little bit, needs to just be stated in a way that they'll understand what you're going through, and hopefully they have empathy for what you are going through at that time. But that is all for you guys, pile number 3. If it resonated with you, why don't you leave me a comment down below. Hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit subscribe so you can keep on getting these readings. Next month I'll be doing another pick a pile, and then every week I will still be doing these single readings with oracles and stuff like that. So I will see you all in the next reading. Okay? Bye!